Examining relationship. Consider the case C to Q. To examine the relationship with row type classification C to Q, we compare the distribution of the quantitative response for each category of the explanatory variable using side-by-side box plots supplemented by descriptive statistics. The C to Q case involved two types of variable, categorical and quantitative, where the categorical variable is the explanatory variable and the quantitative variable is the response variable. If it is this case, then we would use the graphical display side-by-side box plots, and then we would supplement it with the descriptive statistics. For example, the box plots shown below are drawn on the same scale, meaning they are drawn on the same number line. For example, on the number line, 39 is certainly on the left of 50.3. 50.3 is certainly on the left of 62. And not only that, the scale needs to be appropriate as well, according to the numbers. One box plot represents weights of men, the other box plot represents weight of women. Which box plot represents weight of woman? Explain. But before we do that, consider the row type classification in this case. The men, woman, we call this the gender, and gender is a categorical variable. The weight, numerical value, this is the quantitative variable. We measure the weights of men and women, so the weight will be the response to the gender. So in this case, the gender will be the categorical variable and the weight will be the response variable. We were given two box plots, one for men, one for women, but we were not told which one is the box plot for men and which one is the box plot for women. And so what do we think? We see that for the first box plot, the minimum weight is 50.3 pounds and the maximum is 144.9 pounds for this sample. For the second box plot, the minimum is 39 pounds and the maximum is 150.4 pounds. For the first box plot, the median is 84.4, and for the second box plot, the median is 74. Now, the median measures the centers. If we were to use the median to measure the center of the weight of men and women, which group, men or women, do you think would have a higher average weight? Many of us typically think women weigh less than men. Now, sure, 150.4 versus 144.9, we would say, well, didn't we just say that women typically weighs less than men? The key word there is typically, but not always the case. For example, most measures the minimum, quartile 1, median quartile 3, except for the maximum, the numbers are smaller in the second box plot than in the first box plot. And so we would say that the second box plot represents the weight of a woman. We can then go a little bit further. We see that the right tail of both of these box plots are longer than the left tail. So we would say the distribution of the weight for both men and women are skewed to the right. Again, because the right tail is longer. Also, we can say that the variability of the weight for women is larger or bigger, higher than the variability of the weight of men. Meaning the weight of women groups are all over the place here, from 39 to 150.4. The weights of the men are between 50.3 and 144.9 for this particular group.